Hey, what's up, guys? Corey here, and I am excited and incredibly proud to finally, after like 8 months of working on this project, share with you the Instant Looper pack. Now, we're going to look at the main device, but there are 4 different devices in this pack, all with varying degrees of amount of loopers within them. But let's look at this first one, and then I'll show you the other ones, because once you understand how one of these works, you'll understand how the rest of them work. Okay, incredibly simple, and that's kind of the point of this. Now, the one caveat that I want to be straight up about just right out of the gate is that you are limited to a 1 bar loop length with each one of these loopers. And that's because we're using Ableton's default delay, and that's just the limitation of the delay and all of the delays in Ableton, believe it or not, which is weird. But that kind of doesn't even matter, because the way that you're going to use these loopers is to just quickly get something going, or also for resampling or in a live performance setting where it's actually very handy just to be able to quickly loop over one little piece of something. And also because you have 4 with this main device, but in the biggest device that's in this pack, you have 8 different loopers. There's just a lot that you can do. So this is more about immediately getting something going, as opposed to crafting this beautiful 8 bar to 16 to 32 to 24 bar loop, right? So let me give you a quick demonstration of it. On our channel, we have a very simple drift patch. We have a simple reverb and delay rack that I made. And then we have my secret sauce processor, which is also available on the Patreon. And thank you to everybody who's already purchased it. Very fun device. I'm still having a blast with it. We're using the no gate version, which is because we're kind of using quieter sounds here. And also that's going to allow us to, if we want to, loop over any of the weird sort of decaying of these OTTs. So as far as controls on the instant loopers, we have these knobs up here. So this is your first loop, second looper, third looper, fourth looper, and then the according filters for each one of these. So these are color coded, where the filter goes with the same color as the looper. Again, just kind of one knob. So if I play something here, basically just turn this up and you're looping. It's that simple. And if you want to clear the loop, basically just turn it all the way back down to 0. I have a little MIDI controller here, so from here on out, I'm just going to control these with this. So if we just... So the second you turn this past 0, basically you're looping. And what's nice about this is that you can bring these volumes all the way down like that, and I can go and record something else. So you can keep the volumes really low on each one of these loopers, but you still retain that loop. So you can turn this real low, bring up this other one. We have our filters as well, but you still retain the loop. I'm going to also copy this reverb to the end of this to help this blend even more. Again, just turn up. I'm on 3 now. We've got 3 loops going. Again, you have these independent filters for each one of these. And we can turn the volume way down of all of these. And again, if you just turn the, well, I didn't want to do that to the filters, but if you turn the volume all the way down, it basically just clears out that looper. Again, just turn them down all the way to 0. clears out the loop. So let me switch to an operator here, and then I'll show you kind of this in conjunction with an actual beat. So again, you just instantly get things going. You have these independent filters. Again, I have a filter on the drums too. Again, you can control the level and also just clear out the loop. It's just immediate looping, which is incredibly fun. So that's, again, this is kind of how you use it if you just want to jam on some stuff. And also if you were to use this in a live performance, this would kind of be the way. Just throw it on the track that you want. And I should say too, if you are interested in live performance, I'm planning on building a DJ template. I kind of already have it because I performed with this device back in May, and it worked incredibly. It was actually so much fun in a DJ setting. But I will be building a sort of dedicated DJ template kind of based off the instant looper and having the instant looper in there, as well as some other things that I've been working on as well, and that'll be up on the Patreon at some point, probably in the new year. So if you're interested in that, just, again, follow the links. Now, let's take this out of the context of performing and worrying about tempo and all that stuff, and let's talk about using this for resampling, as well as, probably no better time than now, I'll show you the other loopers here. The 1 instant looper. We have the 2 instant loopers. And then we have the 8 instant loopers. So these are all of the devices that you get within the pack. It'd be like this. We can delete that. So again, we have just 1. And that's really fun just to, again, get things going. Maybe you don't need all that much. You just want, 1 extra loop on a track. So you have that. You have the 2 instant loopers, which again, you just have two of these. And these are all the exact same. We have the one that we already played with, the 4 instant loopers, and then you have an 8 instant looper, or you have 8, different loopers built in here. I don't know who needs that, and I didn't even think about making this until the other day. I was like, somebody's gonna want that, so you have it. So let's go back to the 4 instant loopers, and to show you just how to kind of use this in the context of in the studio, to where you're not necessarily going to be looping things to kind of jam on, or you're not really caring about timing. This is more about almost like you were using tape. Okay, so this is very close to recording things at double speed, recording things at halftime, and so forth. Let's go ahead and get rid of our drum track here. And you can see in this session, I have these different tempos laid out here. So we're at 128 right now, but we have half of 128, which is 64. We have twice of 128, which is 256, and then twice of 256, which is 512. Now, what's interesting with these loopers is that, well, maybe, here, let's do this. I'm going to switch out. We're going to grab a piano, because I think this is kind of fun, how this will sound. So a little less OTT. But okay, so we're at 128 BPM. Again, Ableton is not playing or anything. But check this out. So if we... Let's make the loop longer. So we have that going. So if we switch, again, this is going to be half of the tempo that we're at right now. Turns it down an octave. And we can just quickly resample that so that we have it. Now check this out. If we go up to 512, let's clear that looper. But now, if we start the tempo at 512, let's go really high. Then go down to 256. Down to 128. Again, we can use our EQ. Let's throw a reverb after this. So this is really great for just resampling stuff. Okay, we can drop the tempo way down. Again, we can even this video is basically already too long at this point. But if we just grab, that's what's nice about having, you know, these little ones here, is that you could then also just loop that and then get rid of all these, and that this one instant looper kind of turns into a main, you know, tape. Again, we could change the speed, resample that. Beautiful. Let's come back to this. We can clear that. So we have these two loops here. Let's do something else here. So we go... See, that's really nice right there. What's nice when you have reverb, so see when we go to loop this, we're just going to get that. See, we have all that looping, and we're at 128 BPM, so we can go down to 64. See, we get that. There's some crunchy, there's just some weirdness to that. Some weird texture stuff that you get. And we could just resample this. We'll record this a little bit longer, because again, we're recording this at 64 BPM. We'll record a whole 8 bars here, just to kind of demonstrate how you would, you know, use this piece. Because again, we're recording this at 64 BPM, and we're probably not going to want our song to be at 64 BPM. I'll just turn this channel off. So we can go back to 128 BPM. And then just multiply rather this recording. And you just have that nice. See, we just made that out of literally just a grand piano. We have these other pieces here. Pitch this one up. So that little thing would be great with. Again, this is turning into too long of a video, but I just wanted to demonstrate all the kind of cool, weird things that you can do with these devices. So I hope that you enjoy and check out the the instant looper pack. There's, again, we have 4 different loopers, 4 different devices within the pack is what I'm trying to say. Sorry, I'm looped to the gills right now. And if you're a Patreon subscriber on the UR operator tier, you're going to get this as well as this template. I think I will have a version of this template in the if you buy these devices. I'll just have it without this the secret sauce in there. But you also have this little free rack here, and then maybe we just throw a drift. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Well, we're going to try to. There you go. So you'll get this little resampling template, again, for you to play around with different tempos and recording things at different speeds and then switching speeds. And the real key, because you could do this at any tempo. This, I didn't really explain this very well, but again, the reason why we're starting at 128, then we go to 64. So that's exactly half of 128. So that means you're going to go an octave down, and vice versa when you go this way. So we're at 128. If we double that, we'll be an octave up. Double that, 2 octaves up. So you can do this with any tempo you want. You just want to make sure that you have the divisions and multiplications right on your end. So again, yeah, check out the Patreon if you haven't already. If you are a patron of mine, thank you so much for all the support. This device has been a long time coming. I'm very excited to finally share it with you, and I hope you enjoy it, and please let me know what you end up doing with this. Like I said, probably early in the new year, I'll have the DJ template worked out that'll have a version of the instant looper in it, so you can instantly loop any track that you're playing, which again is really, really fun, because I've played a set with this when I did Reno back in May, and what's really, really fun is that, again, because these loopers will instantly capture something the second you go past 0, but because the volume's so low, you don't hear it yet, you can basically grab little pieces of songs that you may have played, 10 to 20 minutes earlier in the set, and then at any time just kind of bring those back in. So it's a great way to do double drops, triple drops, quadruple drops, double backflips, whatever you need to do. Very, very easy to do with these instant loopers. So appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end of the video. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.